Hi guys, so I have been wanting to do more book videos again. If you're not familiar, I was one of the original booktubers here on YouTube, and I started my channel and did beauty videos and then quickly started doing book videos pretty much before there was really anyone doing it besides just a few of us that started all within a week period, and I think it was March 2006, over 10 years ago. So I have since kind of gotten more into project panning and emptying and stuff, but I still love to read, and you guys know that by things, my hauls and things that I say in videos. So I decided today I would do the New York Times by the book tag, and I already have some of the answers kind of written out on my computer. We're just going to get started and hopefully you enjoy this. So the first question is, what book is on your nightstand right now? And it is this book, and it is called Daylighters by Rachel Caine, and it is the 15th book of the Morganville Vampire series. And this isn't a hokey Twilight vampire series. This really has a lot of plot twists continuously. You get invested in the characters, and over a period of 10 years, I started reading this series when I started booktube videos. Now I'm coming full circle with this last book. So I really read a lot of nonfiction, and I'll get into that later in this tag, but I'll discuss that after. Number 2, what was the last truly great book that you read? One of the best books I read this year is called The Gin Lovers. God, I didn't even put the author, and I can't remember the author off the top of my head. It is a Flapper-inspired book. Jamie Brenner is the author, and I want to read the synopsis to you. It says it's 1925 in the Victorian era, with its confining morals as all but dead. Unfortunately for New York socialite Charlotte Delacourt, the scandalous Flapper revolution is little more than a headline in the tabloids. Living with her controlling husband William, her Fifth Avenue townhouse is a gilded cage. But when William's rebellious younger sister, the beautiful and brash May, comes to live with them after the death of their mother, Charlotte finds entry to a world beyond her wildest dreams, and a handsome and mysterious stranger whom she imagined is as confident in the bedroom as he is behind the bar of his forbidden speakeasy. Soon she realizes that nothing is as it seems, secrets are kept and discovered, loves are lost and found, and Charlotte is finding herself on the brink of losing everything. This was the most phenomenal book, and I got it at the Dollar Tree. So, The Gin Lovers, I highly recommend. Number 3, if you could meet any writer, dead or alive, who would it be, and what would you want to know? I would want to meet Mr. J.D. Salinger. As you can see, I have a bunch of really old copies of Raise High, The Roof Beam Carpenters, and Seymour, Franny and Zoe, which is probably one of my favorite books of all time, and of course, Catcher in the Rye. Everyone always says, oh, The Catcher in the Rye, da-da-da. If you haven't read Franny and Zoe, I'm telling you, I have to reread these soon. Look at how old these are, okay? They smell like, if you know anything about old books, oh my gosh. I don't know, I would just want to know more about who the author was, and nothing specifically. Number 4, what book or books have you always meant to read and haven't got around to yet? Anything you feel embarrassed never to have read? I've never read like Pride and Prejudice and books like that. I'm not really embarrassed by that. But I also have never read the Harry Potter series. All of my friends when I was younger, they marathon through it, and I just wasn't into... I was kind of intimidated by the size of the books, and also at that time I wasn't really into magic and things like that. And as I got to be after high school into college, I started reading the young adult books and witches and all that stuff. So it just wasn't the right timing for me. My mom owned all of them. But I just don't know if I will read them. Next one. Disappointing, overrated, just not good. What book did you feel you were supposed to like but didn't? It's not that I didn't like this book. I just think it's a little overrated, and it was Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. Gillian? It took a really long time for me to get into it, but I knew that it was supposed to be good, so I kept at it. I did read it fast, and I wanted to know what happened, but I don't know. It just wasn't everything I expected. I don't even know what number. What kinds of stories are you drawn to? Okay, so mostly lately I've been reading informational things, health-based things, trying to find foods and natural remedies for my stomach condition and a bunch of different things. And I just like knowing facts because I'm a journalist and a writer. But I used to read all these young adult books, all these series. So on my bookshelf, there are certain series that I want to continue so I can finish them. I mean, isn't that the whole point of reading certain books? So it depends how I feel. So after reading so much informational book, I decided it's time to pull out this and let's just finish this series. So, but it's taken me a lot. I don't read as fast with fiction anymore. It's strange and annoying. If you could recommend or require the president to read one book, what it would be? And that book, and once again, I forgot to get the author, and I can't remember authors for anything, is called The Color of Water, A Black Man's Tribute to His White Mother by James McBride. And I'm going to give you a synopsis. The son of a black minister and a woman who would not admit she was white, James McBride grew up in chaos with his 11 siblings in the poor all-black projects of Red Hook, Brooklyn. Mommy, a fiercely protective woman with dark eyes full of pep and fire, herded her brood to Manhattan's free cultural events, sent them off on buses to the best and mainly Jewish schools, demanded good grades, and commanded respect. As a young man, he saw his mother as a source of embarrassment, worry, and confusion, and reached 30 before he began to discover the truth about her early life. It is the most phenomenal story. He finds out that his mom is actually born in Poland or something. Her family immigrated, and I think when her family immigrated, that's when the interracial relationship started. And it's just a really phenomenal book. I recommend everyone reads that book, especially our world. Interracial dating, and I have dated black men, and interracial children, it's normal. It's almost a majority where I live. Not just black and white, but Puerto Rican and Italian and, Filipino and black. And so this is like a normal thing in society now that I think reading this book may be eye-opening to a lot of people. So I highly recommend reading that book. And then the last question is, what do you plan to read next? I'm not quite sure. I just chose this book because I really, really want to read it. I got it at a thrift store. It's really been well loved. But it's called Pyramid by Tom Martin. It's supposed to be like the Da Vinci Code, but it is based in Peru and Egypt. So that sounds really exciting. So that is my tag. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really plan on incorporating more book videos into my channel. I just really have to commit to doing that. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you later. Happy reading. Bye.